Welcome friends, I'm Nico aka Another MTG. I just drafted a deck. If you want to watch the draft, you're in the wrong video. This is the games part. Just click on the link in the description. There you will find the draft video. If not, you're in the right place, and let's just jump right in and see if this blue and white artifacts deck is gonna work or if it's gonna lose. I don't love it, but I will keep it and hope for some. Yeah, now we find we don't have enough 2-drops. Our deck is slowly controlling. Ideally, we don't play against some aggro deck. That is a landfall deck. Token creature. That is a 3/2. That's actually a cool heck dice. When this enters, each opponent discards a card. Resolve that, or do we want to slow them down? I think we need to actually, because discarding would be too much to ask. Unless they pay 1, they can't pay 1. Resolve. So I'll just discard probably this one. Okay, we found a land. Let's play the Gaily Cat. Flying Vigilancer. Opponent plays a land and attacks. I'll block this. They have some spell. Opponent definitely has the upper hand because me not having and they have some removal spell. That sucks a lot here. We can just return the... Let's make this. We can crew this to have a blocker. Next. Pass. Opponent draws a card. Okay, end of my turn they cycle their airship crash. Now they draw a card. Play a swamp. Token gets +1/+0 again. Passing to attackers. That's discard Geisel greens. Okay. Oh man! Wow. Now I didn't crew it. No blocks here. I didn't crew the armor, which sucks. So that is not a good start into the new format for me. It creates 2 black soak zombie tokens. My turn. Wow, and yeah, well, that's just too bad here. Do we just try and draw a card? Return the non-land, draw a card, and we found a land. And we'll pass the turn. No attacks. Next turn. Now I will be aware and pass to attackers. Now I will crew this for 1. Submit 1, and I want to block one of those 2/2s. Now they have to kill my creature. Sure. We are at 5 life. Looking we're really far behind. Creatures you control gain flying vigilance and double strike. Yeah, we're not gonna win this because no attacks. Let's kill one of those and see if we can survive somehow, but I don't think our start was just too slow here. The attack with that one. Let's block with both creatures here. 2 blockers. Pass to damage. Okay. When it enters, mill 3 cards, gain 3 life. Yeah, apparently our deck is not good. We have kind of a controlling deck, but so that's it. That's it. Creatures gain flying vigilance and double strike, or creatures gain. That just works if we have a lot of creatures. So I see the flaws of the deck now. We're a mixture between aggro and Well, it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. We don't have the key cards for the blue and white artifact strategy. We'll just see. We'll just see. Do I want to change something? By the way, friends, if you're enjoying this so far, why don't you show some love by hitting that like or subscribe button down below? It helps the channel grow, and I'd appreciate it a lot. I think I want one more 4 mana card out of the deck, and instead I want a 3 mana card. So let's just get rid of the worst of those, which is probably this one. And yeah, we don't have more cheaper creatures. We took too many stuff that didn't belong into our deck. Let's just play another one. All right. That looks okay. Let's just hope we can make it work here somehow. Keep 7. Opponent plays a mountain, passes the turn. Let's play the starting town. It's a good starting town here to start. Opponent plays a Sabo Tender. Do I want to counter that? No, I don't think so. I can't. Now, play a land. Play that Dwarven Castle Guard. Auto pay. Deal a damage to myself and pass the turn. Opponent draws a card. Plays a mountain. Deals the damage to me. Sabo Tender is good. Plays Precious Wanderings. Searches for a basic land or town. Puts it onto the battlefield tapped. Then shuffles. When you search your library, this way put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Sure. Do they want to trade? They don't want to trade. I don't think so. So 3 mana. When this equipped creature gets +1/+1 when it deals combat damage. Sure. I draw a card. Let's now attack. They're not gonna block here. And this is something they need, well, they need to get rid of. Deal a damage. I go down to 16 life. Opponent plays Call the Mountain Chocobo. Searches for a mountain, puts it in their hand. Creates a 2/2 bird token, and with the landfall ability. Okay, now. Do we want to slow them down? Like this, probably. Deal 4 damage. Like, let's attack here. Opponent decides to block with the 2/2. Let's return it to its hand and draw a card. Deal 2 damage, pass the turn. Opponent draws a card. So we can kill the Sabo Tender next turn with the summon Primal Garuda. That's good. And also we'd have this Fate of the Suncrist. But 4 damage. Okay, Call the Mountain Chocobo. Makes another 2/2 token. And attacks me. Okay, now they have a blocked thing. That's cool. Now they have a tapped thing. So that's cool because now I can just deal those. 4 damage to the Chocobo. Bird thingy. Target tapped creature. Oh, so that's something I didn't read. I thought to target creature. Now it's that, but we can equip this. Draw a card. Opponent plays a Gigantode. Gigantode. That enters as a 6/6. Ouchie. We can kill it. We could commune with beavers, look at the top 3 cards, reveal an artifact, creature, or a land, and put it into your hand. So finds them a card. Card advantage here for the opponent. Let's just see. Okay, Summoner's Grimoire. That is a shaman. In addition to its other types, whenever this attacks, you may put a creature from a graveyard from your hand onto the battlefield. That's sick. So those all fly. Let's just attack here. Deal. And do we want to make this token, and then we can counter it, but we can just destroy it? Let's make this here. Job selecting and pass the turn. Opponent is at 8 life. We have a counter spell unless they pay X, so we can make them if they don't pay 3. But we can just kill it with this. Searches for a town, whatever. Puts a 1/1. And whenever you draw your third card this turn, put a +1/+1 counter. Okay, they have a 7/7 now. So I need to block. I want to block. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. So now we can counter target spell unless they pay 2. That's cool. Auto pay. That's good. We take the damage. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, because we can kill them. Now the target creature gets... We can just kill them by returning it to their hand. Putting a counter, 6, 7, 8. And this costs 4 to equip. Well, let's play this. Let's attack. Deal 6 damage. Opponent goes down to 2 life. And I hope that this is the game. Maybe we just was really unlucky the first game. Let's just see. Let's just see. Blue and white artifacts, but apparently I don't know which cards to pick for that deck because it's my first game here. I will get better at this format as far as it progresses. So, but that's the game, I think. Opponent plays a Gigantode again. But we're gonna be able to deal 2 damage because we just have a removal spell. And they are 4 colors. So they have a thunder magic, sure. Now we can just... We can just destroy this one. Oop. Put a counter on this. And play the sack fair. Attack year. And that is the game. Nice, making the magic happen. But I do think that the deck is it could be much better. No white source is something I... Ooh, oh god. I'm too fast today. Actually, maybe I just shouldn't do this today because actually I have some things on my mind today. Too many things to do at once. So I'll accept this, but maybe this was just the plain stupid idea here. No white source. I wanted to mulligan, but I just clicked on keep because, yeah, because maybe today is not the best day to be doing this kind of thing here. And having nothing to play on turn 3 is actually very, very, very disappointing here. If I don't draw a land, I can just do nothing. If I draw a land, at least I can play the eject. Job selecting that one. That has 4. That deals 4. Oh, okay. So we can magic into Magitech armor. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a land and Pays 3 life. Chaos Bringer. So I will through it and block it, I think. Let's just see what happens. All right. They tap my thing and go for 4 damage. Now what do we do? This and this. No, we can't. Well, then we'll play the job select thing. And do we want to attack? Like, sure. Why not? We want this hero token out of the way. They attack. I'll take 4. Go down to 11. No blocks. Now I'm at 11. Opponent. Plays an Ahriman, Flying Death Toucher for 2/2. Alright. We can. Protection from each color. Return. Do we just want to return the Ahriman? I think it's probably a good thing to do because we want to gain life. Put some counters on some stuff. Draw a card. Attack. Gain 2 life. Opponent mills 2 cards. One of them is Dragoon's Wyvern. One of the best blue, uncommon I think in this set. And so the opponent plays the Ahriman again. Ahriman. I'll just call it Ahriman for the rest of the set. And I'll go down to 9 life, which sucks. We can deal 4 damage to target tapped creature. In this case, that's cool because that is this tapped creature. They have a counter spell. Apparently they have one. Deal 4 damage to this one. Pang. Play a land. And attack here. Opponents. What are they gonna do? So they block my Hope as time. I think they're gonna block that one. Or the token. Alright, the token. So I'll keep my life linker. I don't hate that actually. Play the Coral. Gain 2 life. Opponent mills 2 cards. One of them being a land, one of them being ice magic. Actually, I do like the S time. And we can give all our stuff lifelink. Opponent has a 3/3 and is tapped out. Tapped out. Give another creature +1/+1. Flying this one. That's nice. And let's just play this affinity card. Surveil 2. Let's take the eject. Done. Let's play the Zack Fair. Let's attack with our stuff. With the curl I shouldn't have probably. That sucks, but I'll deal a lot of damage. Gain 2 life. Pass the turn after my opponent mills 3 cards. So this is actually a really nice card. Hope as time. Happy to have it. And this game starts to look good. Looks favorable for me. And especially with Blessing of the Oracle, Akroma's Will. I can just give all my stuff Flying Vigilance and Double Strike. That's just insane. Unless they have a counter spell. Let's sack this creature. And Flying Vigilance and Double Strike. They might have a counter spell. This one. Resolve. So let's just go for it this way. Because if we bounce the token, and they'll need to use their counter spell for that. Yeah, I want this card to get +1/+0, please. Opponent has to pass priority. Okay, so let's just try and eject that one. Draw another card. If they have their counter spell, then they'll have to use it now. Return target creature to my hand. That one, sure. And equip this, sure. +1/+1. Attack. Opponent goes down to 2. They mill. And I go back to 16 life. So they bought some time, but I just hope they can't recover from that. If they can, I would be pretty sad. Deals damage to me. Blessings of the Oracle. I want to play this card. I want to play it really bad, so the Final Days creates 2 tapped tokens. And now they're tapped out, so we can just let's do it like this. Flying Vigilance and Double Strike. And attack. Whoosh. Whoosh. That's the game. Making the magic happen. Apparently the deck is better than what I expected. That makes me really happy. Or I just got really lucky, but we're gonna find out next game. So we have a keepable hand. I like that. I want to play the Coral and then Sid, which I didn't play before. Keep that. Opponent plays a Swamp, plays an Elixir. That is the one that shuffles all non-land cards from your graveyard into the library. Sure, let's pass the turn. Opponent, and then you gain life equal to the number of cards shuffled into your library. Plays a land. They now have a Plains and a Swamp. Plays Marlborough, which I think is a hilarious card. That's actually a really funny monster. The Bad Smoker. So let's co-Earl here into the battlefield, onto the battlefield, and pass the turn. Opponent draws a card. Plays a Swamp. Plays a Cornered by Black Mages. Kills my co-Earl. We drew a 4th land, which is okay because now we can play the Gaily Cat. They have some sacrificed themed deck. And plays Circle of Power, deals the damage. You draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. That's a good card. Drawing 2 cards is always super nice. Artifact creatures and heroes get +1/+1. Let's cast it as a creature. Let's attack for 1. Opponent goes down to 17, passing the turn. So I could have played the Rook turret before, but it doesn't matter because this is not an artifact anyway, so that's okay for me. And so we are lacking artifacts. I think that's a problem. Let's play the land. Let's attack. Deal some damage. Opponent does block or not. Opponent Makes me sacrifice a creature. Do we want to counter that spell? Yeah. Resolve. Deal damage. Deal another damage. This gets -2, -2, -6, -6. Let's just counter that. Unless they pay 2. Auto pay. Woo. That's good. That makes me happy. And deal 5 damage. Passing the turn. Opponent draws a card. Plays a land. Gains 2 life. Back to 14. Plays Ultima Origin of Oblivion, a 5-mana 4/4 flying legendary god creature. When Ultima attacks, put a blight counter on target land for as long as that land has blight counters on it. Has a blight counter on it. It loses all land types in ability and has tap for add a colorless mana. When you tap a land for mana, add an additional. Alright. Let's just play this. And let's play this. Sack Fair. Let's just attack with the Sid. See if they want to block or not. They'll take the damage. And I'm passing the turn. Opponent draws a card. Plays a land. Plays a white Orsite. Exiles something. Deals 2 damage to me. Down to 13 life. Gets my flyer out of the way. That sucks, but we can give lifelink indestructible protection. No blocks. And that's exactly what we want. Lifelink indestructible and protection. I love Blessings of the Oracle. And or do we protect them? Lifelink indestructible and protection, or Flying Vigilance and Double Strike. Flying Vigilance and Double Strike it is, because Flying Vigilance and Double Strike it is, because that is something they cannot change now. That makes me extremely happy. That makes me extremely happy. So I do like Sid. I do like the blue and white aggro kind of deck we just ended up with. Let's just see if we can get another win, or maybe 1 or 2 more. That would be amazing. All right, Starting Town Island. I think that is again a hand I will keep. Starting with the Starting Town. Opponent played a swamp, plays a forest, plays a demon wall, defender menace. As long as it has a counter on it, it can attack as if though it didn't have defender. And they can put a counter on it for 6 mana. So let's just play the job select thingy, deal damage to myself, create this. Next turn I just can't cast anything unless I draw 3-drop, which I didn't. Let's play the blue source. Let's cycle the Sid. Well, let's not attack. Let's pass the turn. Let's pass the turn. And yeah, we can cycle the Sid, one of them in the graveyard. So it's not the end of the world that we don't have the legendary creature here. Cycle that. And resolve. That is. Each player sacrifices a token creature. We just can now play the Artificer here. Sid, Timeless after. Artificer, Timeless Artificer. And pass the turn. Opponent draws a card. Plays a Reach the Horizon. Searches for 2 basic lands and or towns with different names. Puts them onto the battlefield. So they're not attacking this turn. Making this town red. Let's play a land. Let's what to do? Return this. Return the defender that has menace. Get the creature. Find a 2-mana artifact. I think that's probably good. Let's just attack. Opponent double blocks. Okay, so we'll eject the Demon Wall. Get rid of the Gaius von Belser. Draw a card. Because if I had played the enter the battlefield effect, I don't like that. We can't counter it. They can pay the mana, so Demon Wall entering again. Now we can. Never another artifact. Let's just play the rock turret. 3 mana flyer. You know what? Let's equip it to this. And pass the turn. Opponent draws a card. Plays a Summon Titan. That's a 7/7. We need to kill that immediately. Target non-land. Have a 4/4 flyer, which is cool. Let's attack. Opponent goes down to 18 life, passing the turn. Opponent plays a forest. Plays a fight on, returns 2 creatures from their graveyard to their hand, so they can just cast this again, which sucks. And cast an Ahriman, Flying Death Toucher. So now we have affinity for artifacts. We draw a card. We surveil 2, don't need the land. We want this. We want to draw the card for sure. If you do discard a card, we want to discard probably the Gaily Cat actually, because let's attack with this. I do know they will block with the Ahriman, but I need to get it out of the way here. The Ahriman needs to be out of the way. So they'll cast their 7/7 again. Summon Titan. No, they cast Esper Origins. Sure. So now Summon Titan, and we can't counter that. That's annoying. So we need to tap 3 creatures, up to 3, submit only 2. Put a stun counter on one of them and equip this to that one. Whoop, attack for 2. Opponent goes down to 15 life again, passing the turn. Ability, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's crazy. Until end of turn, another target creature gets trampling XX, where X is the number of lands. Wow. So opponent gains a lot of life, makes some stuff, crazy stuff happening here. So we're probably gonna lose, I think. Gaily Cat. Delivery Moogle. Search for a shore, search a library. There's nothing to get. And attack for 5 in the air. Opponent goes back to 12 again. Passing the turn. So we can, if they can't kill us now, then we just, with Blessings of the Oracle, give all our stuff. Double strike again. Wow, but we need to... Okay, this creature gets +X and trample. So they can deal 18 damage. Wow, and if they have any pump spell, then I'm dead. So I need to block with this. I don't want to risk dying. Let's just hope I'm not risking dying. Because with the double strike we could just kill them next turn. Which would be amazing. Okay. So we are dead. They deal 19 damage. That's too bad. That's too bad. But the deck didn't. Yeah, it did better than I expected, and I think I still have one game left. All right. Hopefully not our last game, but maybe. I'm super happy with the Blessings of the Oracle, Achroma's Will. That's just an insane card. That is just a game-changing card. Grand Pulse Aku. Let's play a land, pass the turn opponent. Draws a card, plays another Grand Pulse Aku. Good blocker here. I'll have to admit that. Play a land. Let's cycle the... Do we want to cycle this now? Because we can't play anything else. So we need to actually cycle it. We have another one in the deck. And we got rid of the land, so it was the right thing to do. I'll take 2 damage, go down to 17. And what does my opponent play? 17 and nothing. Nothing is fine for me. Play a land. Do we want to kill one of those 1/1s? I don't think so. I think I don't have enough creatures in my deck here. Grand Pulse Ouchie. Going down to 15 life, and opponent plays a forest. I like the artwork of the Final Fantasy stuff, especially Fang, Fearless Itchy. I see, Luchi. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, you draw a card and you lose a life. Do we just counter that? Sure. Let's counter that because we need to stall, we need to buy some time. And our opponent dealing 2 damage is not the end of the world so far. Let's just make 3 1/1s. That's what I want. That's what I need to get rid of those Akus, and we'll find out. We'll find out. Opponent plays a vanilla cheerful Itchy again. Luchi. I don't know. When it enters, mill 2 cards, return a permanent from your graveyard to your hand at the beginning of your first main phase. If you own both Vanilla and Fang, you may pay 5. If you do, exile them and melt them into Ragnarok Divine Deliverance. Alright. You have Vanilla. Do we just kill it? Let's attack. I'll kill it. No, you know what? I'll get rid of it like this. I know it's not the best use for this card, but at this point of the game I need to do something. I need to keep the removal here. I can just eject the next thing they cast. Cactus Vanilla again. Cactuar. Alright, they return the Vanilla here. Vanilla and the creature named Fang. They don't have the creature named Fang. So let's play the Gaily Cat. Let's eject the Vanilla. Oh, we can't cast it. Do we kill something? Let's play the Job Select thingy here that draws a card when it deals combat damage. So this game is pretty slow evolving. I am interested in how it will turn out. I want to kill those. and take the 6. Those 1/1s are a thorn in my eye, thorn in my paw. It's in English we say thorn in the paw. I don't like those. In German we say it's a Dorn im Auge, which means a thorn in the eye. But I think it's just not possible to translate that. Down to 7 life. I do have 2 removal spells. Can't cast both. I'll need to sack a creature. I'll sack the 2/2. Because this will draw me a card as long as I equip it for 4. And it has vigilance as well. Let's attack. Poof. Deal 2 damage. Draw a card. And we need to kill this here. I can take 1 more damage or something. That's not the end of the world. And opponent plays diamond weapon. Wow. That we need to get rid of as well. Let's not block. Let's play a land. Let's return this to the hand. Draw a card. Let's attack for 2. Let's play the Cid. Draw another card. Let's play the Cid now. And pass. Sorry about that. Well, this is a thorn in my eye again. Here, diamond weapon. We could play the Coral, but we'll need to survive in order. We have 6 life. They can deal reach, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to diamond weapon. So it's basically delivery Moogle. We can just, we need to get rid of that and tap it. Affinity for artifacts, 7/6. We don't need those. No attacks now. It's actually pretty balanced at the moment. And we could even win it. Maybe we can win it. We need to tap down because we have flyers. I'll need to sacrifice my Cid, I think. Seven, 8, 9. Okay, they attack with all the stuff. So 8, 9. So I need to sack the Cid. And we are dead. Oh no. Oh no. That can happen. Anyway, if you did like the video, show some love by hitting that like or subscribe button down below. I really enjoyed playing my first draft, and yeah, I wish you a nice day.